Everybody else love Long Island Medium. I'm the only person that watches this. I've seen all these, but I'm watching them again. Guys, a long time no talk. It's been probably like, let's see, July, like 6 months since I made a video, which is way too long. But if you follow my blog, you know that I have been in school, and that's the main reason why I haven't been making videos. The other reason was I lost this camera. I lost my backup camera and the chargers to both of my cameras. I don't know, when you're in school everything just seems to fall apart and gets super hectic. So now I'm almost finished with school. I'll be done in a couple of months. Everything's pretty calm and laid back right now, so I'm not having to do a whole lot. Now would be a good time to pick up back with my videos, pick up back with my blog. I picked up back with my blog at the beginning of January because, like I said, I just found this camera today and I was like, yay, I can make videos now. It's a new year. I figured I would start back at my YouTube and try to be more consistent with it than I was before. When I first started doing YouTube videos, I had a whole lot of stuff going on in my personal life. I was trying to start school, and now I'm pretty much done with school. I'm in a much better place. So 2014, I'm going to be doing my favorite products of 2013. I know most of these videos went up at the beginning of January or like the end of December or whatever, but it's still January. So I wanted to get it in there because I like to watch these types of videos, so I figured everybody else would like to watch these types of videos, hopefully, so I wanted to go ahead and do one. It's very bright, but this is the only way that I'm better lighting soon. So for now, I'm just going to work with this. So let's just talk about the products and not worry about. First I'm going to do makeup and then I'm going to go into hair. I have one skincare product I'm going to talk about. If you don't follow my blog, then you don't know that I will officially be a licensed esthetician in the state of North Carolina in just a couple of months. So I have a whole lot of skincare stuff that I could talk to you about, probably more than you would ever want to know. So if that's something you would want to know about, then just let me know and I'll make a video on it. But I don't want this video to be 40 minutes long. It's already going to be way too long because I ramble. So let's just talk about makeup and hair. And I'll talk about one skincare product, and that's just because I've used it all year long. It hasn't changed. So we'll talk about that. If you don't know what this is, you live under a rock. If you are friends with me on Facebook, then you obviously know what it is. Even though this just came out in like November, I think, November, December, there hasn't been a day since I haven't used it, so I figured I would include it. This is the Naked 3 palette. Mine is a little broken because I dropped it, but this is what it looks like. It is very rosy and very purpley. Of the Naked collection, I do have all three. I don't have the Naked Basics palette just because I feel like that was a waste. The third one and the first one are probably my favorites. The second one I tend to gravitate a little bit less to because it is the colors in there are very cool toned, and I am not cool toned, so they don't always flatter me. The first one, which is warmer, and this one, which is like warm and kind of gold and pink, which is what I am. So it always tends to complement my skin tone and stuff a little bit better. So I love this. I do gravitate more towards these darker colors because they're dark without being like, those are the colors that I tend to gravitate more towards. As opposed to like the cooler like silvers and stuff like that. So yeah, love that. If you don't own it, I want to talk about is the face powder. Now I am very picky about face powders. Usually the only thing that I will use is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, the natural, that whole thing. But it's $30, and being in school, money has been tight and I don't always have $30 to go use on a face powder, so I was really on the lookout for more of something that kind of done the same thing and met my standards without that sounding like I'm uppity, but I mean, once you use something that really works for you, you want something else that's going to work for you, but sometimes you want to not pay the price of what works for you because it's expensive. So what I found was the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. This thing's like $4, and it is so I don't buy my face powders in colors from the drugstore just because they are kind of wonky. This one is, I don't even know if the reason that I don't like powders that have color with them is because, like, if you want to touch up during the day and you have a powder that is the same shade of your foundation and you're packing it on, it's going to make you look muddy. It's going to add additional color that you really don't want. You just want to mattify your face again. So that's why I like transparent powders. The one that I use from MAC is in the shade like light or something like that, but I don't feel like it. The next thing is a holy grail for me, something that I'm never going to be without. I will not buy lunch for a week just to make sure that I can afford to buy this. It is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This stuff is just, and I can't say enough good things about this. This is the first concealer that I've ever found that completely covers up like my dark circles, any kind of imperfections that I have going on, and I also can use it to highlight, and it's beautiful. The finish of it is beautiful. I'm in the shade NW15, which I'm pretty sure is the lightest shade because homegirl is fair. I'm very fair. Bottle of this, and I just really got into it in the summertime. So yeah, that right there should tell you how much I love it. Like, I'm like here, down the nose, between my eyes, the chin. Anywhere I would put concealer, I'm putting this concealer. I've bought quite a few full coverage concealers that have been raved about on YouTube, and nothing compares to this. Nothing. Next thing I want to talk about is some lip products. These are from the same line, the Kardashian line. These are the joysticks. I really got into these in the summer. Well, maybe it was right when this line came out, and I can't remember even when that was. Like when it first came out. The colors I have in this are Babydoll and Sea Coral. The Babydoll one is a very Babydoll pink. Like, the name really fits it. It's very Babydoll pink. It's very, very pretty. And the Sea Coral is coral, but it's more of a pinky coral instead of like an orangey coral. And see, it's going to show up and show you that this looks focus. I'll put a blog post up to correlate with this and actually take pictures of the swatches and all this stuff. The way that you can actually see what I'm talking about. I'm not one to buy a high-end mascara. I can't justify paying $20-$30 for something that I go through so fast, because even if I don't have any makeup on my face and I need to run to CVS, the grocery store, whatever, I'm usually very picky about my mascara. I have used the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black for years. I have tried others and I always go back to that, but I found something. Now, I do still use the Carbon Black. I use it with this. But this is the first one that I found that I can use without the Carbon Black if I'm out. And usually, Maybelline, it ain't happening. Rocket Volume. It's in a tube like this. But this is what the wand looks like. It's kind of similar to the CoverGirl Lash Blast. The CoverGirl Lash Blast wand. Kind of like a similar formula too. I will say that when you first get it, it is kind of a wet mascara, which I'm really not a fan of, but once this dries out for about a week, perfect consistency. Perfect. The next thing is a foundation. Now, I am a foundation snob. Sue me, I can't help it. There's only certain things that I like, and usually it's MAC. If it's going to be a drugstore, it's Revlon. The Color Stay line. The Revlon Color Stay for very long, or it will make my skin freak out. I've been like that my entire life. I don't know why. I don't know if there's some certain thing in drugstore makeup that irritates my skin. If it contains mineral oil, I know for a fact it irritates my skin. But either way, it's going to be in this video because it's amazing. It is the Kat Von D, what's it called? Lock-It Tattoo Foundation. Oh, this stuff is amazing. It covers up everything. This is a complete 110% full coverage foundation. If you do not like full coverage, or you do not need full coverage, I personally don't think that I need full coverage. I just prefer full coverage on days that I do want to wear a full face of makeup. Now when I'm home, do I have
Being
this
an
on?
esthetician
and being in the skincare industry, I mean, you're not always going to have perfect skin. That's unrealistic. Everybody's going to have a hormonal breakout, use a product that ends up not working for you and making your skin wig out. But if you have a client come in and you have a giant zit that's just protruding out of your face, it doesn't look the greatest. And it does, even though there's nothing really explain that to a client, because they're going to be like, ooh, look at this esthetician with her big giant greasy face. I don't want her working on me. She don't know what she's doing. She can even take care of her own skin. You don't want that. So, just, if you ain't got a girl, although you should be taking care of your skin. Disclaimer. A couple of blushes to talk about. The first one is actually from e.l.f. And if you know anything about e.l.f., you know that it's super, super cheap. And this is pretty much almost gone. I've hit pan, which once you hit pan on e.l.f., it takes it 5 seconds. But this is in the shade Candid Coral. And it is just that, a corally pinky shade. I know you probably can't tell too much about it. My face, so I usually don't want like a bam blush on. I usually like to keep them light and pink, or like Max Gingerly is also a big favorite of mine because it is a warm, reddy brown. Reddy brown, is that even a color? It's just a very warm shade, which is what I usually like on my cheeks. I don't like the bright pinks or the big, like the red shades. They're not me. That's not me. The other one is by Milani, and it is in the shade Luminoso. Also a peachy pink shade. I don't know if you can even tell anything about it. This one is highly so when I wear this, I usually don't put a highlight on because that's just too much sparkle on the cheeks. But it is very pigmented, so don't like put your brush in there and swirl it around and swipe your cheek because it's gonna be like stripe of color. That's not cute. Speaking of highlights, I do have a highlight to mention, and it is MAC Soft and Gentle. I've had this thing, I think, since the beginning of last year. I'm pretty sure I bought it around January or February, and I've barely made a dent in this thing. I haven't even put a dent in this thing pretty much every day. Whoops. Any pink color, which I really like in a highlighter. If it's gonna be a color, I want it to be champagne or like a gold. I don't like the stark white ones because I am so fair. It's just, it doesn't warm up my complexion at all. It just kind of brings it back down to the very ghostly pale tone that it is. And that was MAC Soft and Gentle. $30. Then the next thing is just a little single eyeshadow from NYX. It's from their matte line. And it's called Get Naked. Yeah, risque. I bought this. I've had this for almost a year. I know. I bought this, and I love this. Love this. Love this for in the crease. I will just blow this out all over my crease before I put any like lid color or anything on, and it's a nice transition color, and it's a nice like guideline to start with your eyeshadow. Or if you're doing a very dark look and you put on your eyelid color first, it's perfect for blending it out. It's not too light to where there's no color, and it's not too dark to where there's too much. It's right there in the middle, especially for my skin tone, because to find a very light color for me is very hard because I am so fair. So when I do find something like this that really works. And then the last makeup product that I have to talk about is a liquid liner. Now, a lot of people are scared of liquid liner, or they don't, they feel like they can't apply it very well. Whatever the case may be, and I've used the felt tip liners like the L'Oreal Liner Intense, the Maybelline Line Stiletto, and those were good to learn with. But now that I'm pretty comfortable with using liquid liner, I wanted something with a thinner brush, that way that I could get my wing better, because with the felt tips, when you're doing a wing liner, I don't know if you can tell anything about mine, you see how thin that is? With a felt tip, it's really hard to do that because it's so thick, because it is made to be able to drag it across the lid, as to where if you have the thin, like, feathery brush, it's made to go. Another problem I have with those, even though I use them for so long, is they do dry to like a glossy shine, and I'm not really a fan of that. And I would always be taking like a pencil liner over top of the shiny parts to make it look matte. Or I would use a gel liner, and when I started school, it was hard for me to get up and get motivated in time to be able to do gel liner, because you have to get out the brush, you have to get out the liner, you have to set and draw it on, and it just took longer. And I wanted a good liner, that way that I could just pull it out, swipe it on, and go on about my day, because I am not a morning person. I like my sleep, so if I could find something that would knock off 5-10 minutes, that's 5-10 minutes I can sleep. Liner like crazy, because I always have eyeliner on for the most part. Especially if I'm going somewhere, I have eyeliner on. If I don't have eyeliner on, you know that I'm having a very chill day. I overslept, or I just wasn't feeling like it, which is very rare. So if I don't have eyeliner on, something's up, unless I'm going through a phase, which happens. This is the NYC Liquid Eyeliner. This thing is like $2, and it is by far one of the best eyeliners I have ever used in my life. Like, it is better than the MAC, it's better than the L'Oreal, the Maybelline, it's better than all of them. And it is so, look how black. It dries to a matte finish, is what I have on today, and it stays dark all day. Like, it doesn't fade. The that I had with the L'Oreal and the Maybelline is the fact that it would fade, and it would kind of look gray, and it would look piecey, and it just so I was on the search for the perfect liquid liner, and this is it. This is more for more advanced liquid liner wearers that have been wearing it for a long time and are very comfortable with it, because the brush on this is not felt tip. It is a little tiny brush, and it is very, and the one skincare item that I have, I'll just go ahead and mention that since there's only one, is Purity Face Wash. Yes, if you read my blog, or if you've followed me at all in the last year, you know how much I absolutely love this stuff. Now, this is a tiny bottle for right now, because they were out of the size that I wanted when I went to Ulta, and I had to have some, and I could not have it, so I just got the little small bottle. I cannot say enough good things about this. I love this. It is supposed to do 4 things? 4 or 3? I can't remember, but it removes makeup. It completely melts your makeup off. Cleanses your face. It's supposed to tone your face, which I still tone with a toner regardless. And it's supposed to lightly hydrate. Pretty sure that's the 4 things. And it does all of them. I mean, if I really wanted to just wash and go, I could. I do prefer to use a toner, but that's just my own personal preference. I have combination skin, but when you have combination skin, there's 2 types that you can have. You can have combination dry, or you can have combination oily. If you're combination dry, you get oily, but you get more dry. If you're combination oily, you get more oily than you do dry. I'm combination dry. I tend to get more oily through here sometimes, and like sometimes right through here, but around my nose and my chin and on my cheeks underneath and stuff, I'm always looking for something that's going to hydrate but not. This is the only face wash that I've ever used. I really love, and it's gentle enough to where that if you have eye makeup on, you can literally take it and rub it on your eyes and open your eyes if you want to. If you feel any burning, it's your makeup. It is not this stuff, because I wash my face with this with no makeup on and open my eyes and talk to my husband or look around or whatever. It doesn't burn. It is so gentle. It is awesome. Esthetician problems. Once you get started, you can't stop. Now, hair. If you have watched any of my YouTube videos or followed my business page or anything, you know I have had like 4 different hair colors, 5 different hair, whatever. I don't know how many hair colors I've had. When I first started YouTube, I had the blonde. like the very, very blonde, and it's kind of long. And then I had the black with the purple, and then I had the black with the red, and then I was red, and that's after I stopped YouTube. I had the ombre hair, and then I whacked my hair off, and then I had really dark brown hair, and then I had red brown hair, and then now I'm back to highlights for summer. I just have partial right now. I don't think I'm going to do full again, because that was just one of my bleach on my hair. Products for keeping my hair in good shape is the Healthy Sexy Hair Soy Trial Wheat Leave-In Conditioner. This also works great like as a detangler, because I have very thick, you can't really tell, but I have very thick hair, and it is very prone to getting in knots, especially after I get in the shower and like scrub my head. When I get out, it's kind of a mess because I don't put conditioner up here. I put it from here down. So instead of pulling my brains out trying to comb my hair out, I just spray this everywhere, and I just coat my hair in it, and then I just comb it out, and it works on the back like a charm. Soy Trial Wheat Leave-In Conditioner combines the great benefits of soy and cocoa for beautiful, vivacious hair, which it does. I love this stuff. After I used it, my hair, like the shine in my hair and everything was just so much more noticeable. Even my husband was like, "Man, your hair is shiny," and this is when my hair was darker. So when you have your hair dark, it automatically looks shiny, but for him to notice, I knew it had to be like glistening in the sun. But yeah, this stuff, worth it every dime. And this now is kind of like a precaution to go ahead and keep it strengthened, and it is the Keratin Mist by Chi, and it is a leave-in strengthening treatment. And on the back it says hydration, interlink, and proteins is an advanced leave-in spray to provide hair with strength, protection, softness, and softness while leaving hair silky and shiny with incredible manageability. And I can't tell you it does all that, but it does keep me from getting split ends. I have noticed that, and it does, and my hair is so much stronger from using that. This, I'm not sure how much this retails for. I'm not even sure how much I paid for it, so I can't even double them out and tell you how much the retail value is. But I want to say it's probably around $16, so that is all of my products, my favorite products of 2013. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, comments, video requests, any of that, leave it below, and thumbs up this video if you liked it, and then subscribe if you liked the video. No, subscribe's down here now. And yeah, I'm ready to get out videos for you guys, so don't be afraid to request anything. I'm going to have plenty of time. I will be filming more on Mondays and through the weekend, and on Mondays now, because I do not have class on Monday, so that will be my filming day, which I'm really excited about. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. This just came out